And we are finally here. Welcome to the Academy of Champions. It's been a long time coming, but we're finally here. For those of you that don't know me or about the project, let me give you a bit of an introduction. Why am I doing this? Well, I was really fortunate that I was raised in a family of high performers. My granddad was a professor of mechanical engineering, my dad's a orthopedic surgeon, and my mum's a civil engineer. In our family, we have a host of engineering PhDs and medics. But what I've realized from the greats that I've studied is that the greater you have been blessed in life, the greater the responsibility you have, because the greater your accountability will be. Whether you believe in the concept of a God and hereafter, or whether you believe in the concept of accountability to the future generations, there has been a clear pattern throughout history. And so I've been blessed with a lot, and I feel that it's my responsibility to share my knowledge with you, and that's why I set up the Academy of Champions. So along my journey, I've been fortunate enough to meet some of the highest performers on the planet. I've been fortunate enough to meet military generals, sporting athletes, world record holders, legal advisors, journalists for prime ministers, successful entrepreneurs in Silicon Valley running enterprises, with a 4.6 billion turnover, leading entertainers, actors, singers, leading Wall Street traders, leading healthcare practitioners, including people that I worked with the King of Saudi Arabia and got paid in bags full of bars of gold, and leading scientists, academics, and innovators at the University of Manchester, where I've been the last 8 years of my life. And so, having interacted with some of the most powerful people on the planet, I've been able to learn a few things. I've been able to identify some patterns and trends, things that I notice in all of them. There's certain qualities that these people possess, these high performing personalities, or as I like to call them, champions. Now, what are these? How can you attain these? Why do you need them? These are some things that I will look to address in the Academy of Champions. And as Isaac Newton said, if I have seen further, it is only by standing on the shoulders of giants. But what about myself? At the age of 26, I've been really blessed. I've lived in 3 countries, 7 places, traveled to over 15 countries, 60 places, led over 100 people from sporting, academic, business, charity projects, won numerous awards. I graduated from my PhD last week, set up a number of enterprises, and currently I'm living my dream at the age of 26. I am the CEO of the Bioeconomy Consultancy and the founder of the Academy of Champions, and so I'm living my dream as a serial social entrepreneur. And so, over the 8 years that I've been involved in academia, my skill sets have turned out to be something like this. So, I've been blessed that not only have I been able to develop the breadth of knowledge, but also the depth of knowledge. And so these skills essentially are what have enabled me to see things from multiple perspectives and relate to people and get to understand them better. So not only have I been able to develop the technical skills, but also the people skills, as they're called. But the Academy of Champions is something that I have managed to synthesize using my skills, my knowledge, my experience, and my exposure, combining all of that with science, history, philosophy, and spirituality. Having studied these in my free time, combining that with everything that I learnt, I've been able to develop 3 programs: personal development, leadership development, business development. A lot of people come to me and say, we want to become an entrepreneur, we want to become visionary, entrepreneurs, we want to be the next Steve Jobs. But the reality is, if you can't manage yourself, you can forget managing other people. And leadership comes after management. So if you can't even manage, you can forget leading. And if you want to become this visionary entrepreneur who makes people believe in something, taking things from, as Peter Thiel says, 0 to 1, something that doesn't exist, and bringing it to life, convincing people of the unknown, then you need to know leadership. And so, if you're going to develop these enterprises and be these great innovators, the reality is you need to have the high level of self-awareness. You need to have a high level of self-discipline. You need to know about personal development. You need to know about leadership development, and only then will you develop successful businesses. But what will this involve? What will this involve? So each month you will receive an email from myself. I'll introduce the theme of that module. So there's 12 modules overall, 4 modules in each program. And I will share with you the champion of the month. This will be a personality that has inspired me the most in that area. In week 2, I will deliver a public webinar. This is open to everyone, and we will discuss the theme and discuss the challenges we have in that theme. And in week 3, I will give you something to reflect on so that you can increase your self-awareness. Before you meet me personally or interact with me personally as members at the online webinars, which is restricted to members, or at the workshop in Manchester, or the retreat in a beautiful location in Greater Manchester. So the workshops and the retreats are restricted to only the first 90 people to enroll. After the 90 people, you'll have only online access, which will be recordings, and international members that can't make it to Manchester, you'll have access to the online recordings of the workshops and the retreat and what we discuss. So how can you enroll? So you just need to go onto the website, theacademyofchampions.com, and go to the enroll now section. The payments are there, so you pay per semester. You can either do that direct debit if that's easy for you, or a one-off payment. I've tried to make it as fair as possible as I can. There are restrictions in how many students can attend, and how many people from the public sector and private sector. Public sector, NHS workers, people in the teaching sector, students, and those that aren't employed. I've tried to facilitate things for yourselves. And by enrolling, what I will guarantee from my side is that I'm in the process of writing ebooks. So as soon as those ebooks are available, you'll get a copy of the ebooks. You'll get access to the members webinar. You'll get access to passes for the workshops and retreat, including a 2-course buffet lunch. But like I mentioned before, that's limited to only the first 90 people to enroll. But to make things fair, and for you guys to realize that this is something that I'm really passionate about, for those of you that enroll and become members, if you feel that you have not learnt anything, or any knowledge that you have gained has failed to inspire you to achieve your dreams in any shape, way, or form, then not only will I refund you, I will also pay you for the time that you have invested, and you have felt that the time that you have invested hasn't been worthwhile. So if you want to make money, also enroll. If you don't want to make money, and you really want the knowledge, also enroll. So it's a win-win situation. But who's this actually for? Who are my target audience? This is basically mainly for those who aspire to inspire. Those who want to become an asset for humanity, those who want to add value to society, those that dream to be champions of change. People that want to be alive, people that want to be charged, people that want to give, contribute, and matter. People that choose freedom. Individuals that focus on self-mastery and entrepreneurship as the way of life. This is for you guys. Like attract like. So, for those that are interested, the actions you need to take. 1, visit the website. sign up to emailing list. If you like the project, share it with your family and friends. And if you want to enroll, you know where the enroll section is, enroll. But if you need more details, fill in the form below, and also remember to join the social media because announcements will be made there. So just to wrap things up, over my 8 years of traveling, meeting all these great personalities, I learnt something. I learnt that things revolve around values. And I realized that the world that we live in revolves around the values on the left. But the world that we actually are all aspiring for in some shape, way, or form revolves around the values on the right. And so it's my dream, it's my vision that Academy of Champions can become a means of whereby we can create a better world by like-minded individuals joining together and helping shift the balance to the world that we need. From my experience in academia 8 years, and arguably, having topped what the education system has to offer, looking at my friends working in industry, working, all these medics and everything, I realized something. I realized that there's something missing in them. There's something missing in them. They aren't satisfied with what they're doing. And so the Academy of Champions is looking to focus on high performing personalities, looking to develop these high performing personalities, people that are motivated, people that are focusing on entrepreneurship, people that are focusing on freedom. And I'll end by one of my role models who you'll get to know a lot about, the great, great scholar Rumi. You were born with potential. You were born with goodness and trust. You were born with ideals and dreams. You were born with greatness. You were born with wings. You are not meant for crawling, so don't. You have wings. Learn to use them and fly. And so until I meet you guys personally, I wish you all the best. And until then, love, live, and laugh. And I hope to see you guys personally very soon. Thank you.